All right, crypto markets are down, but robots are up, and they're changing our lives. We're talking real robots, the ones already in your home workplace and even on the streets in 2025. But before we dive in, here's the deal. Over 60% of you aren't following us yet.
Oh, no.
Do us a favor, hit that follow button, collect our episodes on pods.media, and let's keep the good stuff coming. Thanks, everyone.
Yes, please.
You sent over some truly fascinating information about the current state of robotics. It can feel like a whirlwind of news and announcements.
It really can.
So, for this deep dive, our mission is to really make sense of what's significant right now for you.
Okay.
We're going to explore the key developments, uncover some surprising ways robots are already part of our world, and think about what it all means as these technologies become more commonplace.
You know, that's a great way to frame it. You've brought together a compelling set of information. And what strikes me immediately is the sheer momentum behind this shift. It's not just incremental progress. It feels like we're at an inflection point where robotics is moving from the theoretical to the truly practical in so many areas.
Okay, let's unpack this momentum. One of the first things that grabbed my attention in what you shared is the projected growth of the global robotics market.
Right.
We're talking about a jump from $45 billion in 2024 to a staggering $80 billion by 2026.
Wow.
That kind of expansion in just 2 years really tells you this isn't just a flash in the pan.
Nope.
It signifies a fundamental change in how industries and consumers are investing in and utilizing automation. And it's not just abstract figures, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing tangible examples of robots moving out of specialized industrial settings and becoming integrated into our everyday lives.
Exactly. Looking at the broader implications of this rapid market growth.
Yeah.
It's being driven by very real needs for increased efficiency, higher productivity, and even solutions to some pressing societal challenges. It's not simply about technological novelty. It's about addressing concrete needs across diverse sectors.
So let's dive into some of those concrete examples, because this is where you really start to see the impact. When we talk about robots in action, it's not some distant vision anymore. You highlighted some specific advancements that are happening right now. Take iRobot's latest Roomba. Apparently, it boasts 50% better navigation. Now, for those of you who've ever watched your robot vacuum get stuck trying to climb the same rug for 20 minutes, that's a potentially life-changing upgrade.
It is.
This improvement likely stems from advancements in sensor technology and onboard processing, allowing it to better understand and map its environment.
It is significant. And what's interesting here is how these seemingly incremental improvements contribute to a greater level of trust and seamless integration into our daily routines. A more capable robot vacuum is one less thing you have to actively worry about.
Absolutely. And it's not just about tidier homes. Boston Dynamics Spot.
Oh, yeah.
Spot, that's the agile robot dog, right?
Yeah.
Is now assisting on 1,000 construction sites.
1,000?
That's an incredible scale of deployment.
It is.
And it's not just a novelty. It's mapping these sites 20% faster than human surveyors and accomplishing the work of 5 people.
Wow.
That's a substantial gain in efficiency for the construction industry.
It truly highlights the practical advantages in sectors where speed accuracy and the ability to access difficult or dangerous terrain are paramount. Think about the accelerated project timelines and potential cost savings for these companies.
Yeah.
This raises an important question for you. How might such efficiency gains reshape the workforce and the types of skills needed in these industries moving forward?
That's definitely something we need to consider. Then there are the care robots in Japan like Robert, designed to lift elderly patients.
Oh, wow.
The statistic that it's cutting nurse strain by 80% is really striking.
That's huge.
In societies facing aging populations and increasing demands on healthcare systems, this kind of technology offers a tangible solution to a very real problem.
Indeed, looking at the broader implications, this speaks to the potential of robotics to augment human capabilities in crucial caregiving roles, alleviating some of the physical burdens on healthcare professionals. What aspects of this particular application stand out to you as most significant?
For me, it's the direct impact on human well-being, both for the individuals receiving care with greater ease and dignity, and for the nurses who can focus more on other critical aspects of patient care.
Right.
It's a powerful example of robots working in collaboration with humans in a deeply human field. And we can't overlook the sheer volume of packages being handled by Amazon's warehouse robots, 1 billion a year, up from 800 million.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a staggering figure that really illustrates the extent to which automation underpins our online shopping experience.
It does. And from a systemic perspective, it highlights how deeply ingrained robotics has become in the infrastructure of e-commerce and logistics, directly influencing the speed and reliability with which we receive goods.
So we're seeing robots making inroads in our homes, in various workplaces, and in healthcare settings. But their impact really seems to be spreading across all sorts of sectors, doesn't it?
It does.
You mentioned figures suggesting new Roombas could save households around 5 hours a week.
Yeah.
That's a significant chunk of time, potentially freed up for other activities.
It's true.
And while 1 million recent sales might be a hypothetical estimate, it certainly reflects the increasing consumer appetite for these devices.
While the precise sales figure might be an assumption, it's indicative of the growing public acceptance and adoption of home robotics. Those saved hours, when aggregated across a large user base, represent a considerable shift in how domestic tasks are being managed.
And in the workplace, the reported 15% cost reductions for Amazon, thanks to robots handling 70% of picking tasks, demonstrates a clear economic incentive for businesses to embrace this technology. It's a compelling argument for why we're seeing such significant investment in this area.
Precisely. The economic advantages for businesses to integrate robotics are becoming increasingly persuasive, particularly for tasks that are repetitive, physically demanding, or require a high degree of accuracy and consistency.
We touched on healthcare in Japan, with those care robots now in 500 hospitals lessening the workload for caregivers. That kind of nationwide deployment is pretty substantial.
It is.
Then you have Starship's delivery robots increasingly visible in 50 UK cities, completing 1 million deliveries each month.
Wow.
And even contributing to a reported 10% reduction in emissions.
Interesting.
You might very well encounter one of these navigating your local streets.
And what's fascinating here is the expansion of robotics into our shared public spaces, providing everyday services. These delivery robots are becoming a more familiar sight in urban environments, prompting important considerations about infrastructure adaptation, public safety, and their interaction with pedestrian and vehicle traffic.
Then there's the application of the military, the use of drone swarms in Ukraine. While the 90% accuracy figure is a hypothetical projection based on current trends, the increasing reliance on autonomous systems in defense is a significant development that warrants our attention.
Definitely.
Essentially, these are groups of drones that can operate together with minimal human intervention, making decisions and coordinating their actions autonomously.
It's a critical domain where robotics is having a profound effect, raising intricate strategic and logistical considerations for modern warfare. Presenting it factually as you have allows us to acknowledge the technological advancements without endorsing any specific stance on their deployment in defense.
Shifting gears a bit in agriculture, autonomous tractors are reportedly operating on 15% of U.S. farms, leading to a doubling of planting efficiency. That could have a really significant impact on food production and supply chains.
Enhanced efficiency in agriculture has the potential to contribute to lower food costs and greater food security on a larger scale.
Right.
It also brings up questions for you to consider about the evolving nature of agricultural labor.
And the skills that will be required in the future of farming.
And for a bit of a lighter note, Disney's animatronics are becoming so realistic that apparently 60% of park visitors can't distinguish them from live performers.
Wow.
That's some seriously impressive engineering and a testament to the advancements in robotic design and artificial intelligence.
It really showcases the progress in fields like mechatronics and AI, where robots are exhibiting increasingly sophisticated levels of realism in their appearance and behavior, blurring the lines between human and machine in entertainment and other interactive experiences.
Okay, now for the WTF moment, and this really made me sit up. Apparently, Shenzhen in China has established a drone delivery network with a staggering 10,000 drones making 1 million deliveries every month.
Wow.
Potentially surpassing even Amazon's drone delivery efforts. That's a scale of aerial logistics I hadn't even imagined.
This is a truly remarkable illustration of how rapidly and extensively drone technology can be implemented in specific urban contexts.
The sheer volume of operations in Shenzhen suggests a very different trajectory for drone-based logistics than what we might be accustomed to seeing elsewhere. It really makes you reconsider the potential for aerial delivery networks to reshape urban commerce and transportation.
But it's not all smooth sailing and impressive feats, is it?
Right.
We also need to look at the robot fails.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that this technology, while advancing rapidly, isn't infallible. The hypothetical example of a Starship delivery bot colliding with a cyclist in London and causing injuries brings up some very real safety considerations for you to think about as these robots become more integrated into our public spaces.
Definitely.
Beyond the immediate incident, what do these types of potential failures tell us about the current limitations of the technology or the crucial need for more robust safety protocols and regulatory oversight?
They underscore the vital importance of rigorous safety testing, the establishment of clear regulatory frameworks, and ongoing public education as these robots become increasingly prevalent in our shared environments.
And the incident of a factory robot in Germany malfunctioning and destroying $500,000 worth of car parts.
Oh my goodness.
That's a stark reminder of the potential for significant economic consequences when these complex systems fail.
These kinds of failures highlight the inherent complexities of advanced industrial automation and the potential for substantial financial losses when things go wrong. It also emphasizes the continuing need for highly skilled technicians and comprehensive maintenance procedures to mitigate these risks.
Let's talk about the price tag reality check. We know these advanced robots come with a significant investment. A Boston Dynamics spot costing $75,000 compared to an approximate $40,000 annual salary for a human construction worker might initially suggest that humans are more cost-effective. However, when you factor in Spot's capacity for continuous operation and its 5 times faster mapping capabilities.
Exactly. While the initial capital outlay for a robot might be substantial, the long-term return on investment, when considering factors like round-the-clock operation, enhanced efficiency, and the potential for reduced labor costs over time, can make them a financially sound proposition for certain applications.
And while a large entity like Amazon might project $5 million in annual savings after a $1 million investment in warehouse robotics, it does raise the point that these considerable upfront costs could still pose a significant barrier to entry for smaller businesses.
That's a crucial consideration. The accessibility of advanced robotics technology isn't uniform, and smaller enterprises might face challenges in competing with larger corporations that have the financial capacity for these significant capital investments.
Which leads us to the challenges and concerns. Safety is a paramount issue, with a reported 500 robot-related injuries in 2024.
Oh.
That's a statistic that underscores the need for careful consideration as more robots are deployed in diverse and often unpredictable human environments.
It underscores the ongoing need for extensive research into safe human-robot interaction, the development of comprehensive safety standards, and the creation of robots that can reliably and safely navigate complex human-centric spaces.
And the potential impact on employment. The McKinsey report suggesting a possible loss of 1 million jobs by 2030 as robots become more adept at manual tasks is a significant societal concern for you to contemplate.
This necessitates proactive thinking about workforce retraining initiatives, the development of new skill sets relevant to a more automated economy, and the potential need for social safety nets to support individuals whose jobs may be displaced by these technological advancements.
Then there are the increasing legal implications, with a reported 40% rise in robot-related lawsuits, primarily concerning injuries and data breaches. Legal framework seems to be in a phase of rapid evolution, trying to catch up with the technological realities.
Yeah.
Who, for instance, bears a liability when a delivery robot causes an accident or a robot collects sensitive personal data? It's a new legal frontier. Essentially, the legal system is trying to figure out who's responsible when a robot does something wrong.
Right.
Is it the manufacturer, the owner, or even the robot itself in some future scenario?
Precisely. The legal and ethical frameworks surrounding the deployment of sophisticated robotics are still in their formative stages. Establishing clear lines of responsibility and accountability is fundamental to fostering public trust and ensuring the responsible integration of these technologies into our society.
So who are the key players driving this robotics revolution forward? You've highlighted iRobot with their enhanced Roomba capabilities, Boston Dynamics showcasing the practical applications of Spot in construction Starship Technologies, achieving that impressive million delivery milestone, and SoftBank Robotics expanding the deployment of their Pepple robots in UK care homes.
Wow.
It's a diverse landscape of companies pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
These companies represent a broad spectrum of the robotics industry, spanning consumer-facing products, industrial automation solutions, and service-oriented robots. Their successes underscore the wide range of applications and the increasing maturity of the underlying technologies.
Looking ahead, what are some of the top robotics trends to watch?
Okay.
You mentioned the potential for 20% of UK homes to have a robot relatively soon.
Yeah.
That feels like a significant acceleration in adoption.
It reflects the growing affordability and increasing versatility of home robots.
Right.
Moving beyond basic cleaning tasks to potentially encompass security monitoring companionship and providing assistance with various daily activities.
And collaborative robots, or cobots, designed to work alongside human workers in factories, are reportedly seeing a 30% increase in adoption. That seems like a more human-centric approach to automation in manufacturing.
Collaborative robots are specifically engineered to operate safely and efficiently in close proximity to human workers, augmenting their abilities and taking on physically demanding or repetitive tasks, which can lead to both increased productivity and improved worker safety and job satisfaction.
Starship's ambition to expand its delivery robot network to 100 cities by the end of the year signals a significant acceleration in the deployment of autonomous delivery services.
Right.
And the projection of care robots being implemented in 1,000 hospitals globally by the fourth quarter points to a substantial expansion of robotics within the healthcare sector worldwide.
These ambitious targets underscore the strong investment and growing momentum behind both autonomous delivery solutions and robotics in healthcare, reflecting a perceived need and the potential for these technologies to address significant logistical and care-related challenges.
Finally, let's glance at what's next for robotics. The prospect of smarter robots with 90% improved navigation capabilities suggests they'll be significantly more capable and less prone to some of the operational hiccups we've seen.
Continued advancements in artificial intelligence, sophisticated sensor technologies, and advanced machine learning algorithms are leading to considerable improvements in robot perception, autonomous planning, and real-time navigation, making them far more adaptable and reliable in dynamic and complex environments.
And the potential price reduction for Boston Dynamics Spot, down to around $50,000 by 2026, could make this advanced robotic platform accessible to a much wider range of businesses and research institutions.
Lowering the cost of advanced robotics platforms will undoubtedly be a key driver in accelerating their adoption across various industries, effectively democratizing access to sophisticated automation technologies.
The prediction that as many as 50% of homes could have a robot by 2030 that feels like a not-so-distant future rapidly approaching.
It does indeed. This projection suggests a profound shift in how we interact with technology within our domestic spaces, with robots potentially becoming as commonplace and integrated as many of our other essential household appliances.
But perhaps one of the most surprising projections is that by 2026, a significant 60% of people might express trust in a robot surgeon over a human counterpart.
Wow.
That represents a pretty fundamental shift in our perception of technology and our willingness to entrust it with critical aspects of our lives.
It speaks to the increasing confidence in the precision and reliability of robotic surgical systems.
Potentially mitigating concerns about human error and fatigue. However, it also raises important societal considerations about the irreplaceable role of human judgment, empathy, and the doctor-patient relationship in healthcare.
So, to bring it all together for you, it's clear that robotics is no longer confined to the realm of science fiction. It's a dynamic and rapidly evolving field that's becoming increasingly woven into the fabric of our daily lives, presenting us with both tremendous opportunities for progress and some significant societal and practical considerations that we need to address thoughtfully. We've seen the impressive scale of drone deployment in China and also been reminded of the potential for real-world mishaps.
Absolutely. The key takeaway is the remarkable speed and breadth of this technological transformation. We're witnessing substantial advancements across a multitude of sectors, and it's vital for you to consider the multifaceted implications, economic, social, and practical, of this accelerating.
And that notion of potentially trusting a robot surgeon really sticks with me.
Considering the rapid advancements and our growing reliance on robotic systems, what aspects of your life do you envision being most profoundly reshaped by robots in the coming decade? And what do you think the corresponding implications might be for human roles and responsibilities in those areas? It's definitely food for thought.
It is.
We'd love to hear your perspective, so connect with us using hashtag #TrustMeBroShow.
Okay.
Even though this is the deep dive.
Right.
And please, if you're finding this valuable, take a moment to follow us and collect these deep dives on pobs.media so you don't miss out on future explorations into the forces shaping our world.
Great advice.